Thank you guys for being here. I just want to thank my Lord and Savior for all the opportunities that He has blessed me and our team with, and none of this can be done without Him. And I want to take the time to thank the Stanford Carr local boy that is putting his heart and soul along with our governor and the stadium authority with Brendan Morioka. And I just want to thank them for all the effort that they're putting into building a stadium and all the people that are coming in to help out. We found Clarence T.C. Chang as our home, and we love this home, and we've built a great environment here. Our school continues to do so many great things and continue to step the bar up with giving the fan experience of the tailgating and entertainment, and it's really starting to feel like like our own. But just the guys behind the scene to put Aloha Stadium down and to build our new looking forward to our new history in athletics and competition here in Hawaii, which we have a rich tradition of. And so just really want to thank Stanford, Governor, and everybody else that are putting forth an effort. I'll take any questions.
It seems they seem to have the same firepower as Air Force did last week. Was that why you were trying to be a little bit more aggressive this game with the fake punts, with going for it on fourth down?
I think we just look for opportunities, and if opportunities present themselves, we make the most of it. But with us, I think we really focus in and lock in on base fundamental and details of very specific things within our football team. And if things present themselves, we go. But we really want to be good at just the basic fundamentals of football. And so with the onside kick, it presented an opportunity. The thing I love most that you're seeing this season is that the resilience of the guys. I tell them at halftime that we're gonna do it on both sides of the ball. Very communicative, and they're excited and they want it to happen. And when it doesn't happen, okay, defense is up. There's a touchdown that's scored, and then we come back, and then it's just business as usual. And that's what you see out there.
Congratulations, Coach. And once again, all three phases made major contributions. And what I wanted to ask you about, though, is that sometimes and we see this in other sports too, when you have, you never want injuries, but injuries sometimes have a silver lining of allowing you to develop depth. And it looks like that's what's happening in this team in several positions. Could you address that?
Yeah, I think the guys understand that when we walked into the season, we wanted to walk in as healthy as possible. Given the circumstances of football and as physical as the game is, we try to take care of them, but we had 6 games right out the bat, and then things happen. And the guys also during that, our offseason, that 8-month stretch, when you come here to play for the University of Hawaii, we really want tough guys. And not just tough guys, we want tough-minded guys. And so we understand that guys are injured and guys will play through being hurt, but it's a next man up mentality, and we do a great job of with the last 3 years kind of just weeding out guys that just don't fit our program, guys that we want to represent this school, our football team, and especially this state.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. Could you talk a little bit about the impact of getting Nick Senecal back tonight out there? Obviously, he's not the leading receiver, but kind of his presence, his impact on opening up guys like Pofele and Jackson to have even bigger games.
Sure. Getting Nick back is huge for us. He's a veteran receiver that understands what we're trying to do. And when you see him out there with Pofele, with Jackson, with Brandon White, with Carson, and then Tama comes in, and Blaze, and these other guys, it's a really good receiving core, and we're proud of it. We're proud of the development of it, and it's these guys started. Guys like Nick, this is his 4th year, and Pofele is his 4th year, and they understand what we're trying to do, and you're starting to see our quarterback just find these guys and just continue to make good decisions down the field and put the ball in their hands.
Coach, talk about the staying on offense. Talk about the resiliency of Micah tonight. And obviously the second half where the offense kind of was able to open up there a little bit, but just the resiliency of Micah and commanding this offense tonight.
No, Micah's tough. Micah is as tough-minded as they come. Freshman birthday today, but he just all he wants to do is play well for his teammates and lead them. And I mean he's a warrior, and that's what you want playing your quarterback position. And so he did a great job. He's going to look at the tape and he's gonna see that. When certain teams try to get into certain looks and do certain things to us, that he's going to be able to go with the ball in certain looks. But I thought he did really well. Just when he's on and just distributing the ball, he is. I mean, you get to see some of the numbers that he's putting up.
Coach, what would you say about the way the defense played, especially in the second half?
Yeah, tough. Our defense is tough, and when you talk about tough guys, there's a bunch of them on defense. The biggest thing is making smart football players, disciplined football players, detailed guys, and you want them to carry it both on and off the field, and that's a locker room full of guys that do that. And so very proud of them and how they played. We had our defensive goals, and I thought they did a great job of containing a really high-powered offense. Some play spit out. I think they got us on a trickeration on one, and then leaked another guy out on another. So those things happen sometimes, but for the most part, man, they're tackling. The front seven continues to put pressure on quarterbacks and make it hard to run. I love what our back end with our safeties and our corners are doing, covering.
Congratulations on this win. This team prides itself on being a faith-based team. You yourself has been more vocal in your faith. For one, Pastor Norman, who you guys do small group with on Thursdays, he predicted the score would be 44-24, so that's pretty darn close, right? But, sometimes people think religion, right, it leads to wins, but it's not just that, right? So just kind of, what were some of the lessons that, maybe God was showing you or you had to learn your first 3 years of coaching that's culminating in this successful season right now where you guys are 5-2?
Yeah, it's when you take a program that you love and you take it from where it was and how it started and this just with me and athletic director Matt Elliott as well as our coaches is we're really trying to change the perception of what University of Hawaii. We want to make this program the number one university in the Pacific. And so when you talk about University of Hawaii, you're proud. But from where we took it, I can only explain that this team was built off of faith. Dire time, and we had to lean into our faith, and things weren't as you see now. But I think that's what the locker room remembers. I think that's what we remember is that we had to stay stronger in our faith to get us to where we're at. And so just really grateful and really blessed. And to have leaders like Pastor Norman as well as other pastors in the community that come and help and talk to our boys. Logan Taylor has been very vocal. Alakai has been unbelievable with us. And so, we're just, I think it's from my position as I can be very straightforward and direct with our guys and on my faith and what I believe in and hold myself to a standard. The rest of the guys will follow.
Hey, Coach, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Hey, you spoke to this during the week about Utah State and how good they've been in the Mountain West over these last decade plus years. How does it feel to have performed that way in your last opportunity against this team as they move on and given that they had Hawaii's number for a long time?
Yeah, sure. Just Utah State in general has just predominantly been a really great football team in the Mountain West since I got in, and Blake Anderson and some of the other coaches, and now you put a great coach like Bronco Mendenhall to lead that group. I mean, that's a great program. They're gonna win a lot of football games, and so. Just for us, I think more so it's just controlling what we can and who's on the schedule. And as the divide happens of the Mountain West to the Pac-12, it's just controlling what we can and playing these teams. And we don't know when we're going to see them again, but just having good, hard-fought battles. But like you've mentioned, we've had a lot of history with a lot of these teams that we won't be able to play. But there's still history with a lot of teams that will remain in the Mountain West, and so we just look forward to playing all of them and taking them one at a time and just growing within everyone.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Speaking of the Mountain West, you're starting to stack wins in the conference the way you guys are playing, looking at the schedule ahead. Or do you see this as an opportunity we can really establish ourselves, stack those wins as you move further down conference play?
I think the only way we're going to reach our goals is if we stay in the moment and we take one day at a time. I tell the guys, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It's something that we say. If when things are good, they're good, and then when things are bad, they're bad. I think we just got to stay steady in our work, how we do everything, and just continue to just kind of go. But the next one is my beloved friend and mentor Jay Norvell out of Colorado State, and they had a great win against Fresno. And so it's going to be a tough game. They're all tough. And you're starting to see, with Air Force having a chance to beat UNLV today, in a close loss. But the Mountain West has been like that historically. The thing that that I'm going to miss is us splitting all apart. But we all are competitive. We all have to bring our A game every week, and if we don't, then you're gonna be at stake of losing. So. It's on to the next, but what a great program from Utah State, and looking forward to our schedule.
Okay, I know run and shoot and with some air raid concepts too, right? But one of the things with the run and shoot is somebody's always going to be open, right? And then it goes back to what I asked about earlier about the development of depth. And it looks like Mike has more confidence, everybody has more confidence in each other. And is it becoming that where, okay, like tonight is Pofele and might be him again next week, but it could be
Sure.
one of 5 other guys perhaps, right?
Sure. I don't know. I remember in the run and shoot, some days it was one guy, the next week's another guy. I think as long as these guys that sit right here, Monday through Friday, understand that it could be their number anytime, but they just got to continue doing the right things, right? And sometimes like in the run and shoot, the coverage dictates where the ball will go within the call. So I think having selfless guys and guys that are just willing to just play for one another, and then having a quarterback and we'll have an offensive line that's going to protect, and a quarterback and running back that are going to be on the same page with everybody else. I think it all matters, and so 100% right. I mean, but the depth does matter, and we like some of the guys that come in right away, and like Jackson and Brandon White, but we like developing a core group of guys that have been through it. They know it, they understand it, and they want to play in it.
Hey, Micah, congratulations on the win. Could you just talk about what was working out there tonight for you? Over 400 yards. The offense goes for over 500 for the second straight game. It just seemed like everything started to click as the night went on.
Yeah, I mean, it was a well performance by the offense, and we came out kind of slow, obviously not as fast as we wanted to, and I think we left a lot of points on the board, and I think the rest of the offense feels the same way. But I think as the game went on, we started to feel what they were trying to do and the tendencies and what they were trying to get into. So Coach Chang and Coach Arsenal did a great job at calling plays and thinking of plays that would help, and throughout the progress of the game, it just kind of showed on what they were doing, and we were able to find a lot of deficiencies in their defense, but it was a great game, and it took every single play that we had on the field, so it was great execution by the offense, and looked to be better.
Yeah, Micah, happy birthday. I have 2 questions. The first is on your touchdown run. That was kind of a similar set and base defense against that the pick 6 against Fresno came in right where you guys were in empty. They had backers in the A gap trying to mug the line.
Yeah.
And you read it, right? You saw man coverage. So just kind of talk about that play and how you seen that look before and you took advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty unfortunate situation against Fresno, and I think that's probably one of the hardest situations a quarterback can face is double mug and bluffing blizzards from backers. But, we saw it on film that they rarely bring all six, and they did the same thing Fresno did, is drop out. So one guy ended up being free, and it ended up being the dropper, and made a move on him, and everybody was in man, and just happened so they were all on the other side of the field. So credit goes to the O-line. They held up and did what they were supposed to do on that play, and just let it work out.
And then the second question is kind of a fun question. The song you guys play in the locker room by Waka Flocka Flame, Grove Street Party.
Yeah.
How did that become the song, and who deserves credit for making that the song that you guys jam out?
Coach Chang, that's his song. And he brought it up during fall camp, and, we played at the end of every Thursday practice to get the mood going. So that's all Coach Chang.
Micah, talk a little bit about the just the complementary nature of this game, right? Obviously, the way the defense performed, special teams. Like you said, when the offense was kind of slow to get out the gates there, for the defense to pick you guys up like that. Talk about just the complementary nature of tonight's game.
I mean, it's all about football, right? And, obviously we're not going to get everything we want at the same time, but, it's complement, like you said. Offense complements defense, and defense played their hearts out tonight. We knew we were going up against a very explosive offense, so as an offense, we were prepared in any way to, go the distance with them and go in the shootout. But the defense held up. They kind of started off fast on their offense side of the ball, but coming out the second half, the defense, made their adjustments, and Coach Thurman and those guys on that side of the ball did great in that, and, they ended up sealing the game for us with the interception when Jemai picked it off. But, yeah, like you said, it's complementary football, and I think as a team, if we play complementary football on all four quarters, I think it would be a very good team.
Yeah, Mike, happy birthday. Did you have anything special planned, and how was your day as well, like leading up to the game?
It didn't even feel like my birthday, really. Focused on the game all day, but now that we won, probably celebrate 21 how everybody should celebrate 21. So it'd be fun.
Could you talk a little bit about getting Nick Senecal back tonight, what that does for the offense and what it opens up for the other guys? And also, could you talk a little bit about your relationship, the chemistry with Pofele and Jackson Harris?
I mean, having Nick back is humongous for us in our offense, and, he almost not anything against, Tom and Blaze and all those guys, but Nick definitely completes that four-headed monster that we like to talk about. And, he showed up today and made some humongous catches for us on some crucial downs for us. And, when you have him back on the field, defense has got to prepare for all four. And having him back is great for us, and it's exciting to see him back because we've been missing him since Arizona. So having him back, I know he's happy to be out there, and, he's going to go get a lot of yards next week and every other season. But having Pofele and Jackson, those guys are great. That chemistry comes from after practice work and just off the field kind of things. And, the chemistry there builds. And, when Pofele is healthy, he shows what he can do. And I think he's probably the best receiver in the country, not just the G5, but I think he can do a lot of great things, when he's given the chance. So just having him there is amazing when he's healthy. And then, Jackson, you just keep making plays. They complement each other well on that side of the ball because they're both on the left side. And Jackson is, like I said, during the spring ball, I think him and Brandon White was the biggest steals for us out of the portal. And, I think he's just showing everybody and proving me right.
How satisfying was this win? This was Utah State had beaten Hawaii 8 consecutive times, and they really put a beat on you last year up in Logan. How satisfying was that? And do you think that this win has basically sent a message to everyone else in the Mountain West as you guys go down the conference schedule?
I mean, it's a great win. I'm not going to down the win or anything, but, as a team, our goals are set forward to a lot of higher things. And, as a team, we came into this week understanding that, we just got to take care of 1 week at a time, and that's the biggest part for us. But, we're going to celebrate the win. We know it's a big win, and it's hard to win in college. And Utah State's a great team, and it was a great win for us. But, as a team, our mind is focusing on finishing the season strong. So it's 1 week at a time, and, we're excited to go finish the season.
All right. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
Okay, and back to the offense and the philosophy. The way the offense, from what I understand, is for anything they show on defense, there's an answer, right?
Yes.
And as far as coming up with that answer and executing it, how far along do you think you guys are? And are you pretty close or are you there, or?
I mean, we're never gonna be there, never be perfect, and that's something we strive to be. But you can't set that limit on yourself. You always gotta strive to be better. But Coach Asua, Coach Chang, Coach Arsenal, and the whole offensive staff do a great job during practice to helping the receivers get ready and helping receivers understand the things more when we go up a certain defense. But those receivers, like Coach Chang said, Pofele and Nick have been in this offense for a long time, so they know it like the back of their hand. So it makes it a lot easier for me, just knowing that they know where to go at every single coverage that we get. And then outside, Carson is the same thing. He's been in here for a long time. And Jackson, he's got it down really fast. And B. White has got it down really fast. So, that art of the run and shoot, I think, is what creates a lot of yards for us, is just being able to throw the ball and having a counter for every single defense. But like I said, the coaching staff does a great job preparing us for every single look that we may get during the week. And, I think a lot of credit does go to them.
Congratulations on the win. Just kind of talk about what was working in that first half, and also talk about the impact of the return of Nick Senecal for the entire wide receiver room.
I think we would just start from the beginning. I mean, the play calling and everything was just executed well. I think that started from an early week of just watching film. That's every week, though. There's just coming in and just dissecting the defense of what we're finna go and what we're finna go against. So everything was working, man. Coach Shane did an amazing job of just calling plays that just fit all of us. And like you said, with Nick Senecal back, man, it's just, again, there's an amazing receiving core. We had Blaze and Tama to just come in and fill in for Nick as they did, and did an amazing job of doing that. And then again, for Nick get healthy, it just again brings us all together. So it's an amazing thing to have, and I'm just blessed to have Nick back. So.
Hey Philly, so 117, 3 touchdowns. Like pregame, were you kind of like, I'm going off this game? What was kind of like the thoughts of that?
I just go out there and do what I do every day. Honestly, today felt like a little crazy in pregame. I just felt a little bit good, but I don't really put that out there. I just go out there and let God be. Just take the wheel, man. I really just go out there and just play, and it all comes to me. So thankful for God for allowing me to do these things, man, and just man. It was an amazing day. So yeah.
Hey, Pofele. Micah spoke really highly of you, but I know you were a top target for Braden as well last year, and so how were you and Micah able to develop that connection in quite a short time?
Again, Micah was here the whole entire time, but Braden was here, so it really didn't take much. I always still talk to Micah, while Braden was here. It's not like we were just putting Micah to the side. No, we still made that connection, and again, off-field things. We built the off-field things before we built the on-field things. So all of that just came into play today, and throughout this whole season, it's been coming into play. But really, man, just getting closer with Micah, man, and Micah's an amazing quarterback. Y'all already know that. We speak out very highly of him, and he does a lot of great things out there. And for me, just to go out there and just do my thing, play my game, I know he trusts me, so. Just go out there and be available for him, and I know he'll be able to throw it on the spot. So, that's just what we built, and it didn't really take too much. It was just all natural. So,
congratulations. 2 things up. I heard a report that you weren't feeling well, or you were a little banged up and might be questionable for tonight. And hope it looked like you look like you're okay. And the other thing is. How much collaboration, especially with the new guys coming in, you being a veteran, because it's not something that is intuitive to everybody, even if they played it a little bit. But there's a kind of a tradition of that when they have the run and shoot here with the receivers working with each other.
Exactly.
Are you kind of like a go-to guy for that?
Yeah, I think me and Nick has been amazing. Me, Nick, and Carson Papuna has been amazing guys. We've been veteran guys. We've been here since Coach Chang has been here, So especially, like Micah said, just being able to dissect the playbook like we've been able to, it's just been like the back of our hand. So it's been amazing for us to have that knowledge, and then we just go ahead and just give it to the guys who's just coming in. So it's really not hard at all. And those guys are amazing, and they're hungry for the knowledge. So it's amazing that they come in here and just ready to learn and ready to get going. So we get these type of results we have today. So it's been amazing throughout the off season. I feel like we've just been going and getting together and just building that chemistry. And we're just putting on display every single week. So.
Speaking of chemistry, and Micah kind of talked about it with Jackson Harris, you guys both being on the left, but what is that relationship like? Because, he's kind of that outside receiver that's needed in the run and shoot that kind of opened things up. I think on that third touchdown, he ran a post and you ran a corner and you were wide open. So just talk about him and, because I guess Micah said he's also picked up the offense pretty fast. So just your relationship and chemistry with Jackson Harris.
Relationship and chemistry with Jackson, again, it was built in the offseason. And honestly, a lot of that was just being together and just talking story, just joking around and things like that. And just getting a feel about what Jackson, who Jackson is. So, he's been amazing since he got here. He's just been really eager to learn, really willing to go out there and play. Just coming from Stanford, they don't really he wasn't really playing a lot, and coming to a offensive side of the ball where you're throwing that ball a lot, he's definitely been amazing and just bringing energy as well. B. White, Tama, Blaze, all the boys that we got in there, man, we have amazing talent all throughout the ones and threes. So I feel like it's a matter of time till all of us comes out there and about all of us. So most definitely will be an amazing thing to just keep going on and just keep building on for our group. So, yeah.
Hey, Pofele. In the final game last season against New Mexico, Micah's first start, you guys as a unit compiled a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns. Bronco Mendenhall coached that New Mexico team. Just wondering if you noticed any similarities with the way they were defending you guys today with these guys.
Most definitely. As soon as I see Nick catch that corner route, it just automatically took me back to that New Mexico State game. Same thing, Nick caught a corner route in New Mexico State game that wasn't really thrown a lot throughout the season, and Micah came in there and threw it. So I think once I seen that, we already knew, again, we dissected him throughout the whole week and knowing his game plan. So everything was just known from there. It's just the matter of fact if he was going to show it or he was going to copy other teams that they did. Send the pressure and just drop out of it. So he did a couple of that, but as well, we already knew he was going to come out there in that cover 3, cover 4 look and try to play off. So and that didn't really work, but So it's good. We knew what he was going to do, and we just go out there and attack it.
Hey, Pofele, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
With so many available targets on any given play, is there friendly competition inside that receiver room where before the game you're like, no, I'm going to be the guy. No, I'm going to be the guy. I'm going over 100 tonight. I'm going to catch 6. Well, what is that like among?
Nah, I wouldn't say it's like a competition thing. I feel like it's more of a, man, you got it. Like, I don't want it all. It's for you. So I think it's one of those things that we don't really want it all. We want to give it as well. Today, I think most of the time I was just sitting there like talking about, I don't want to do everything. I don't want all the wrong. I want y'all to go in there and score a touchdown. So again, things like that. Again, we don't really dictate those things by coverage and how the defense play. The answers is already there. So by God, they just played the right coverages for me to go out there and perform, and I did that. So. I feel like throughout us as receivers, we want each other to ball and want each other to eat as well. So, there's not really no crazy friendly competition throughout there. It's just we want everybody to do good. So,
Pofele, sorry, one more, but similar on that vein, right?
Okay.
Before your first touchdown, I think the twos were kind of all in there, and then you guys did like a full hockey line change where a new back and 4 new receivers.
Exactly.
So. I guess talk about that and that execution because you guys changed it and then boom, touchdown and the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, for the first group you would see is me, B. White, Jackson, and Nick, and then the second group it's Nick, Tama, Blaze, and I don't know why I can't think of the other one. So sorry, but yes, it's a younger group. So it's a younger, older group. But again, we all do great things, and we all, we all can't do things that we do that the other person can't do. So we have a package where it's just, go out there and these boys go do these things and these boys go do this thing. So it's definitely a lot helpful for a lot of the things that we want to go do, but it's definitely like that, So, yes, sir.